Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the southern wing of the Stink Bug Works. Today I'm going to talk about Houston. We have a problem, and I might throw it out to my viewing audience, all 12 of you, to my viewing audience, what solution I should pursue. So let's get right to the problem. Yesterday, I did some cutting and some screwing, gluing, and tattooing. And here's what I've got. I've got a motor mount with the support bracket. I've got batteries in here. And here's what I did. Remember, I talked about this. I was going to notch this so this would fit in here. And I could get a real nice straight shot, boom, right at the stuffing tube exit that's precast into the hull. There's only one problem with this. The hatch doesn't fit. Now, if this were a bare, non-painted hull, I'll tell you what I would do. I would cut a hole here, shaped so that the motor would clear here. And then I'd take some of this foam and I'd sort of shape it and I'd stick it on the inside of that hole. And then either with tape or some, rubber cement, tack it into place. And then I'd sand it to a smooth shape. Now remember, bare fiberglass hull, no paint. And then I'd start laying on layers of fiberglass. And what I would be creating is, you know how many automobiles of the 70s and 80s had hickeys on the hood? Well, this would just have sort of a big hickey right here to clear the motor, and that would be it. And then I'd sand all that smooth, put a layer 3/4 ounce on the top and sand it all smooth, and it would be all bitchin', except it would have this little streamlined hickey bump there. And it would be cool. People would say, what's it got in there, a supercharger? So that's how I would approach it. Now, because it is white, and I know how to paint a canopy on here, boy, and the clear, he put it on with a ladle, I think. But I could put a hickey here and get the motor in square and have everything looking bitchin', and would just have this sort of like hickey bump. So that's option number one. That requires a sip of coffee. Man, I make good coffee. I have to tell you how I do it someday. Option number two. I could, like I did in the little Budweiser, this looks like a tool. It's actually a spacer. I could do what I did in the Budweiser and have the motor at an angle. And the stuffing tube would still have just one single bend in it. It wouldn't have any S-bends. It would be a single bend, but I'd lay that bend over so it would kind of bend up like this. And I could kill two birds with one stone doing this. I could have my it'd be a real nice gentle curve too. I could have my gently curved stuffing tube exit right there. Well, there's no point on this pencil. This pencil is pointless. I could have my stuffing tube exit right there, but at an angle. And so the stuffing tube, I think this will come off. The stuffing tube could conceivably come off at an angle like this and go straight, and I could achieve what I like to achieve on hydroplanes is an offset driveline. Let's see if I ruined it. Nah, it's coming off. So that's plan number 2, was the offset driveline. Now I do have one more plan that I could run by you. Oh, there's some on the transom too. So plan 3 would be to simply buy, a readily available Chinese in-runner motor of appropriate size, a 36, maybe a 3650, 3660, something like that, just stick it in there and be done with it. Although I'm pretty sure you guys want to see this run, because everybody puts a 3660 in it and, it's done, and everybody knows what to expect because everybody's done it because that's how people do it. Well, here's the latest challenge. Now, the 2S challenge still stands. In fact, this is going to be a 2S boat. It could conceivably do the 2S challenge if it can make it around the corners fast enough. So, here's the challenge. What do you guys think I should do? Should I go the Hickey Blister, the Angle Winder, or the Ordinary? Leave your comments in the comments below. Tomorrow I may have to do perk tests, so there may be no video tomorrow. We shall see. The weather looks cooperative, and it all depends on the flow of green pieces of paper. Until next time, boys and girls, jet out.